for my mic being muted. So if you're on stream, you didn't hear any of that stuff. My bad. Someone muted me. It wasn't me, because I would never do that. I'm blaming Owen. Did you mute me, Owen?
You always have control over the mic muting situation. Come on.
Okay. All right. So what he's saying is he did it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I was muted on stream too as well.
But you're supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
The only mic behind the scenes here, the only mic that's not to be muted is this one. So
it's okay.
I'm going to apologize.
Yeah,
So now that you can hear us on the stream, if I actually read the thing, let me tell you how to get to us on the stream. We are live on 106.3 WORD's Facebook page. We're also live on the Upstate Pulse YouTube page and the Upstate Pulse Twitch page. And apparently, we're not live on Instagram, but Tim's going to post some pictures today.
I am. I was just pulling my phone out.
There we go. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Hope you're having a good time. The first thing I want to ask everybody in the studio is, what is the best and where is the best fireworks you've ever seen? Also, text line 71307. Where are the best fireworks that you've ever seen? I'm talking about a city, state, wherever. Where are the best? Owen, where's the best fireworks you've ever seen?
Oh man, that one's tough. Probably Norfolk, Virginia, at the big Navy base that's up there. They put on a show one year when I was probably less than 10 years old. Not a big fireworks guy, but yeah, it lasted about an hour.
Tim?
Okay. I'm kind of boring. I never go anywhere on 4th of July. So the best one I have ever seen is definitely either Greenville Falls Park or out at my old house. There was a group of people at my old house that everybody in the neighborhood got together and they just had this big fireworks show.
Well, that's cool. Awesome. It's dangerous, but it's still cool.
It's dangerous, but it's still fun and it's still cool.
All right.
I mean, if it's dangerous, it's got to be fun, right?
Information collector on, we don't condone that, but yes, dangerous fun. Information collector on our YouTube page says Greer last year did fireworks for 3 hours. Cameron, what's the best fireworks you've ever seen?
It's a little different from everybody else's. On the beach, we went a July 4th a couple years ago, and it's just something cool to see the entire coastline light up with fireworks. Not quite, the volume that you get like in a small space, but just seeing it spread out, and you can see the entire coastline illuminated with fireworks is just a nice sight to see.
All right, Matthew.
My family used to go to Disney World every year. We had a timeshare. Every single time, always an insane show.
I bet Disney is pretty good. All right. So anyway, what is your best fireworks you've ever seen? Text line 71307 or hit us up on the Facebook page or YouTube page or Twitch page.
Texter writes Detroit River.
I bet that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Detroit River can catch on fire or not, but it probably will.
I mean, it's water.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a lot safer.
But I'm obligated to crack on Michigan. It's what I do.
I'll say that joke kind of went over.
Yeah, well, it's okay. It's all right.
Oh, okay.
The texter got it.
Sorry.
It whooshed over your head into the river.
I will say here's a problem. When you go see really big fireworks displays and then you see lesser ones, you can't help but think this is a lesser one. So Columbus, Ohio has a red, white, and a boom where supposedly like there's 1 million people downtown. I think it might be over exaggerated unless you're in the middle of it and you can't move, which I've been many times. The last time I went, there was a tornado warning. And then I didn't go anymore, because imagine being in the middle of all those people and trying to, in an orderly fashion, get out of downtown in the middle of a tornado warning.
No one would certainly get trampled.
There was also one time I was there, and because and I'm not exaggerating. I mean, you're crammed in there and everybody's just like standing. You know how you see Times Square for New Year's Eve? Everybody's just kind of in there. Well, that's how it is for this. And one time a fight broke out, and it's an amazing thing to watch. So a fight broke out and immediately a square formed of people. I mean, it was a perfect square. The people spread out in a perfect square. So it was basically like a boxing match in the middle of the fireworks. And these guys were busting each other in the face. Then one of them pulled out a gun.
Oh my goodness.
And then there was lots of scattering. And so that kind of soured me on that sort of thing. But I would say my favorite fireworks of all time.
Tornadoes and gun squares.
Yeah,
It does kind of.
Yeah, I know. And anyone's ever heard me talk thinks that I exaggerate. No, the real life stuff has no need to be colored. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to add any flowery words or anything. It's like, yeah, I was there. That was scary. But the best fireworks, in my opinion, because I think they're pretty funny, are the Great Court fireworks. And here's how you know the Great Court fireworks are at the grand finale, because the grass catches on fire. So at the end, when the grass catches on fire, that means we're done. And they have so much fun doing it that you keep thinking, that's it? Okay, that was the grand finale? No, it's not the grand finale. When you see the guys in the distance running,
running for their lives,
then you know it's just about done. And by the way, if anyone out there has been there, and I'm sure you have, if you're listening,
that's happened to me.
You know I'm not lying.
That actually happened to me
exactly
last year, dude. Like people started running for their lives. It was funny. Anyways, Texter writes, guys, hate to say it, but Disney put on the best fireworks display I've seen live, and it wasn't even the 4th of July.
All right. Scott Gilbert's on our stream says Fort Jackson got invited to see a show in 1994. Absolutely amazing. I'm betting that was really, really good. Also, Information Collector says Hitchcock was right when he said truth is stronger than fiction. Oh, for sure it is. Speaking of which, I've got a signs of the impending apocalypse.
This is the end, my only friend, the end.
Game over, man. Game over. What are we going to do?
That's great. It starts with an earthquake. Birds,
okay,
snakes, and airplanes.
Here's our sign of the impending apocalypse. Tara just followed me on Twitter. That's it. Tara just followed me on Twitter. It's a sign of the impending apocalypse. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to get to a wonderful oops and maybe a surprise after that. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD, continuing live on the 106.3 and Upstate Pulse Facebook page and the Upstate Pulse YouTube and Twitch page and
Instagram.
The quick cuts. It's always the quick
I'm not even
cuts.
sure we can.
No, you're the one who started saying it, so I'm just going to go with it. You're the one spreading the
Well, I just
falsehoods, not me.
I meant for them to follow us on Instagram.
Hey, I told you it would be quick.
Okay,
Did
from
I
now
not
on,
say it
I
would be
say
quick?
follow on Instagram.
Yeah, you were right.
I did the same thing a year or two ago when she liked the Upstate Pulse.
Yeah, the Tara ones are always Tara did this, and then it's done.
I got on Twitter today and she followed me on Twitter. I was like,
Did I come back with the oops intro?
yeah. And then
So we're doing that instead of wrestling.
Prepared for the
no. You're right. No. Come back with wrestling. Thank you for keeping me on track. The reason why we have to do wrestling in the first is because the pay-per-view actually starts at 8:00 tonight.
Everybody look at the picture. 1, 2, 3. Hey, hi. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I'm posing for a picture. That's why I'm so close.
I did a full rotation.
And my forehead is not really this shiny. It's not. I promise. There's a stupid light above my head.
okay, so come back with wrestling and then have the oops.
Well, we'll do wrestling in this segment, and,
I'd
and
imagine
then we'll do oops
NYC's
in
is
the
pretty
following
good, too.
segment. Yeah,
So
because
that's that bed you need won't be until the oops segment.
right. Right.
Having fun?
Oh yeah.
So is anybody out there traveling? Chances are if you're traveling, you're not watching, although you could be like at your hotel room, like at your grandma's house, something like that. And while you're there, you're tuning into us because you always tune into us. And we thank you for tuning into us because we are having fun. We are.
It could be in a haunted forest.
And as fast as you hear me talking right now, this is how fast I used to talk when I came here. But when I got here, I learned to actually slow down because you gotta talk a little bit slower. I had some problems when I first started answering the phone because the people talk so slow. I was impatient. Like, come on.
Dude,
I've been
phones-
a few times for talking too fast on air.
Yeah. You got to slow it
I
down.
do that too sometimes.
The problem is when you talk too fast and you lose enunciation.
Mhm.
I think I get clearer when I talk faster because
I've been trying to slow down a lot more.
I do like when I go back to Ohio, which isn't very often because I've developed some sort of vertigo when I go through the mountains and anxiety attacks. I don't know what it is, but it freaks me out. So I haven't been able to go home. But when I do go home, I notice that I actually do have an accent because everyone there has it. And I feel like I'm home when I go home, as opposed to going home and going, man, I don't belong here.
Right.
I mean, what is the accent though? Is it just nothing or?
I guess it would be Midwestern. I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
I would say
definitely.
I
lived in Cleveland for a little while.
mid to Southern Ohio has an accent.
Don't tell
Northern
them that.
Ohio
They
becomes
think they're
Michigan,
northern.
and it's
Yeah.
which is Canada South. So
they also-
I mean, you can tell those people.
They also
But
think- they
but
also think the
Ohio,
Browns are a
Indiana,
good
and
football
Iowa
team.
all kind of sound the same. Pennsylvania to a degree, but Pennsylvania is heading closer to New York, and you start
Well,
getting some of
Pennsylvania
that.
has their own accent.
Yeah, especially in Philly and places like that.
There's a guy who I work with who did like full on Yinzer speak. I could not follow a word that he
Full
said.
on what?
Yinzer. That's slang for Pennsylvanian.
Ah, okay.
You've learned something new today.
Yinzer. Is that like I don't know.
After I got done talking to me, I was like, I understood none of that, and it made me slightly angry. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I really, by the way, again, I apologize. Hopefully, well, obviously there's some people on the stream. Apologize for not noticing my mic was muted.
I got a couple texts saying that it's still muted on YouTube.
It shouldn't be.
What it says.
Well, if we were in
The
Elmwood,
text
we'd
might
go
be
to
a little bit
Turtle
slow getting in. When did they come?
That one came at 10 minutes ago.
All right, it is time. Now you may be saying, Lonzo, why are you doing wrestling in the first hour? You usually do it in the second hour. Information Society is on. I keep saying that. Information Collector. I'm sorry. I want to know what you're thinking. Yeah,
I am the
something's gonna-
organization,
yeah.
not the band.
Yes, I know.
I assume he's an
He
organization.
could have formerly been in the band because those guys from Information Society would actually be listening to a show like this.
Well, maybe he is.
Yeah, it could
Maybe
be.
he is.
So anyway, we usually do this in the second hour, but because we have a pay-per-view going on tonight starting at 8:00, we want to do this now. And you may be saying, what is the Nerf wall? Well, this has to do with the Nerf wall. The Nerf wall, the loser of wrestling picks ends up against that wall right over there. If you're listening on the radio, I'm pointing to my right. Is a wall full of 106.3 WORD banners.
It's sacred.
And you may say, Lonzo, it's Nerf. It can't hurt. Well, there are parts on your body, if hit the right way with even a Nerf dart, that it can sting. It can leave a welt. And there are multiples. I've been hit with a Gatling gun before. I don't know who was in here with the Gatling gun.
I think it was Rob.
It was
wasn't
Rob.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
if you guys were actually in here to see the Gatling gun.
Yeah, we were both here for
I
it.
wasn't
weren't
in
we?
here.
Oh no,
I
but
definitely
I
wasn't.
was the only one here for that. I think.
Three people
Yeah, I
have
got to
yeah.
watch it on stream.
to harm you with a Nerf gun that hurts.
Yeah,
Hurts.
it's it can be painful, especially there are certain guns that I have a bounty hunter gun and
Mhm.
Cameron has a stormtrooper gun. When he shoots it, he actually doesn't miss. That they're pretty painful also.
I just take
Is there
whatever's
a
available at
Nerf
the
wall
time.
memorial? Not yet. No one's perished yet. Hopefully that will not happen because if that happens, then we probably won't do it anymore.
Oh, do you have any good
Probably.
pictures? Any good
Probably.
headshots?
Yeah.
Dude, we should do that. I'll just snap a whole bunch of pictures. in
The
there and make a
information
video out of
collector
it.
says Nerf can be modified to hurt depending on what you soak it in and how long you leave it in the freezer. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that. All right, I got to ask Matthew.
Yeah.
Because this is one of those things. All right, you can say no if you don't want to participate. Because I, as the person in charge, cannot tell you that you have to put yourself in a position where it might sting a little.
No,
So
I think you should.
so it's up to you. Turn your mic up a little bit more, Owen, because I can't hear you as much. I mean,
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
yeah, come on. I mean, so anyway, Matthew, are you agreeing to this? We won't think any less of you if you say no.
Oh, I'm not a pansy.
Okay. All right, there we go. Owen has to do it, but he's already agreed in the past. So he's already agreed in the past because he participated in shooting me, if I recall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
so-
heavy,
Yes.
heavy presence. in
Yes,
that
when
shooting.
everybody couldn't
That's an
reload
automatic
for some
ticket,
reason.
man.
If I say no, I feel like I don't have the right to shoot somebody. And you know what?
Yeah.
shooting people with Nerf guns. That sounds like a fun time.
Oh, it's absolutely a fun time. I haven't got to do that in a while, but
It would be, especially if I had
It's
a
because
rocket
it's always
launcher.
Lonzo on the Nerf wall.
Yeah, some kind of conspiracy. The new crew is beating me every single time. So, although last time it was like a tie from everybody, and then I lost with the stupid Pop-O-Matic. But that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah,
Again,
yeah.
we could have
No,
just
no.
rolled a D4.
No, Cameron, the Pop-O-Matic is a visual as well as an audio aid, so it was perfect.
I apologize.
It's definitely
You
a
are-
conspiracy. Everybody's in on it, but you.
That's true. That's true. All right. So we are going to predict WWE Money in the Bank. And the cool part about this is not only is everybody on the show tonight in on this, so is our friend Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show. Still can't figure out how did he come up with that.
I know it's just Rob Brown from the
Rob
Rob Brown
Brown.
show.
The creativity
Brown-
knows no bounds.
It does. Yeah. From our brother station, The Fan, by the way.
That's the Rob Brown show, right?
Yeah. The Rob Brown Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is on 1 to no, we're on 9 to noon, Monday through Friday.
Hosted by Rob Brown.
Yeah, I should know that because I'm on that program also. I just push buttons. I don't really talk or anything because I just don't know how to do that. So anyway, Rob has already given his predictions. We did this on a segment that we do on Thursdays called Lonzo's Fight Club, which I guess means that I just was exaggerating because I would have to talk on something that has my name on it, you would think. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick these matches. There's not that many. And the loser will have to face the Nerf wall for 30 seconds. While a 30-second commercial is playing, it'll be live on our streams. You can see, the pay up of a bet. And again, I know there are people out there, come on, how bad can it hurt? There are also some people on our stream right now telling us how to make it hurt.
It's also the shame.
It is.
The shame should also hurt.
The shame is felt more by me because I am the most knowledgeable wrestling fan in this room.
I've never watched a single
Here's the
match
thing.
of wrestling in my life.
There we go. Matthew's never watched, which means he's going to win.
It's true.
All right. So I need a pin back. Thank you. All right. So since I already wrote mine down, I will still go over the matches, and this way I won't deviate from what I said on Rob's show, the Rob Brown Show on The Fan. All right, let's start out with the United States Championship match. Theory is the present champ. He's going up against Bobby Lashley. I will tell you guys a little bit something about Theory. He's a punk prima donna who is the pick to be the next guy from the man who may not be there very much longer, Vince McMahon. So that's Theory. He is the champ going up against Bobby Lashley. If you want to look up a prototypical wrestler, and you guys feel free to look up Bobby Lashley, he is that guy, muscle bound. He also is, I believe, undefeated in mixed martial arts. So he's dabbled in both. He's been world champion before, and now he's going up against Theory. And I am going to go with Cameron first. Who wins, Theory or Lashley?
I'm going to go with Lashley.
All right, Cameron is going with Lashley. Owen, who you got?
Going Lashley too. I like an underdog.
All right, Matthew, who you got?
I'm going with Theory. I got to go against the grain here.
All right, and finally, Tim.
Same. I'm going with Theory.
Okay, so I will tell you that I went with Theory, and Rob Brown went with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Matt,
We picked wrong.
It's not a good sign. if
Dad's
Lonzo
picks are
too.
the kiss of death.
Oh no.
So it's like when you pick anything that you're really knowledgeable about, you put too much into it, and you overthink it, and that's me. All right, because I don't do well with my NFL picks, but I do good with college because the NFL is my sport. I love college football, but NFL is my sport. So I always mess up and do pretty good in college. All right. The next match is the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship between the Usos and the Street Profits. I'm going to go first. The Usos, the Bloodlines, they are the ones. I am going with the Usos. Owen, who you got?
Street Profits.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with the Street Profits. That just sounds awesome.
Great name.
By the
Great
way,
name.
Street Profits they're an awesome tag team.
They're
They
probably
got
the best tag team on
they
there.
got jerseys that are sweet. I want one of those. Cameron, who you got?
I'm also going with Street Profits. I love those guys.
All right, Matthew.
I'm sticking with the Street Profits.
All right, so all you guys went with the Street Profits. Rob Brown and I both went with the Usos. So I
We're
can't
good here.
I can't give it away. I'll go first this next time. All right, SmackDown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey. I'm guessing that the majority of the people on the show have heard of Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
Matthew, have you heard of Ronda Rousey?
No, I don't think so.
Wow. Okay. Tim, have you heard of Ronda Rousey?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It's okay, Matthew, that you don't know who she is. She was in UFC. She was the baddest woman on the earth for a long period of time. Then she lost it. When she lost it, it was ugly. You could tell when she took a punch, she was like, you know what, I'm done. Which happens a lot with UFC fighters. So Ronda Rousey is going up against Natalia. Natalia is from the famous Hart family, Bret Hart, all those guys, the Hart Foundation, the Hart Dungeon, where supposedly if you can make it through dungeon training, you can do anything. It was really, really difficult at the time. She is a second generation wrestler. She is going up against Ronda Rousey. I am going to go first and say Ronda Rousey retains. Someone to have to read that. Chris, Matthew, what the bleep? What the heck? That you don't know who
so
Ronda
sorry.
Rousey is. So since you don't know who Ronda Rousey is, Ronda Rousey or Natalia, Matthew? Who you got?
I feel like I've already done a disservice to her by not knowing who she is, so I got to back her right now.
Okay. So he's going Ronda Rousey. Timmy, who do you got?
Ronda Rousey.
All right. Owen, who you got?
I have a feeling just because you picked Ronda Rousey, Lonzo, I'm going against you. I got a strategy here that has nothing to do with who could potentially be better in these matches.
All right, Cameron, who you got?
All right, get that picture ready, Owen. Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, Owen, that's well, I mean, I guess weirder things have happened, but I don't think that is. Rob Brown also went with Ronda Rousey. All right, we got 3 more matches to pick. Raw Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair is the present champion. She is going up against the self-named most beautiful woman in the WWE, Carmella. I will tell you that Rob went with Bianca Belair. Owen, who do you have?
Bianca Belair.
All right, Cameron.
I'm also going with Bianca.
And Matthew.
I'll follow the suit, Bianca.
Okay, Tim.
What was the other girl's name?
Carmella.
I'll go with her.
I also went with Bianca Belair. So
Uh-oh.
there are a couple of these out there where people are on an island, and hopefully that island leads you to a wall. All right, 2 more matches. All right, you guys need to pay attention to this because there are a lot of people in these matches. So if you hear a guy, we're going with women first. If you hear a woman that you think is it, keep her in your head. All right, this is a women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Probably only 2 people on the show know what that is. So what it is, there are briefcases on a chain above the ring, about 15 feet above the ring. Inside the briefcases are a contract for a championship match. The person who makes it up the ladder and gets the briefcase gets a championship match whenever they want. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And how this works, the cash-ins usually happen after the two, a champion is having a match against someone. They're beat down like crazy. They can barely move. The person with the Money in the Bank briefcase will run down, cash it in, and beat up the person who's already been beat up to take the title, which it's an underhanded thing, but you know, it's the rule. So you do that. So, all right, here we go. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Lacey Evans versus Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Asuka versus Shotzi versus Becky Lynch. All right, did you guys each like pick a name? All right, so I'm going to go with you guys quickly. So, all right, Owen, who you got?
Asuka.
All right, good choice. Tim, who you got?
Liv Morgan. I'm going to go with the text line here.
Yeah, Liv Morgan, she's due. She really is. All right, Matthew, who you got?
I'll go with Rodriguez.
Okay, and Cameron, who you got?
I'm going to go with Asuka.
Okay, and I went with Becky Lynch. It hurts me because I don't want to see her win
Yeah.
because her gimmicks are stupid.
See, that was my
Just-
choice.
just
It was in
my-
between Asuka or Becky.
And Rob from the Rob Brown Show went with Raquel Rodriguez along with Matthew. All right, we got one more match, and then
Rob's got good taste.
then we're going to take a break afterwards. I will say really quick.
Now I know what Matthew says.
Hi, Silver.
Well,
I just want to say hi to my
I
granddaughter.
didn't mean it in that way, but
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I literally don't know who they are. How could I mean that?
You
Oh
let
no,
the joke
please.
go.
He's
You
in
let-
there with
you-
Google right
you let-
now.
You let the joke go and you move on.
All right, so let's get to the final match, which is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. All right, again, pay attention to the names, guys, and get a name in your head. Seth Rollins versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre versus Omos versus Sami Zayn versus Riddle versus Madcap Moss. All right, Owen, who you got?
Riddle. What an incredible name.
Okay, Tim, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the text line again. 034 says Seth Rollins.
Okay, and Matthew.
I'm going to follow the text line as well.
And finally, Cameron.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go. No. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Riddle.
All right, and I also went with Riddle, and Rob Brown went with, who did he go with? He went out on a limb and said Sami Zayn. So there we go. We have made our picks. If you want to give us your picks for wrestling, my wife is concerned that I picked Becky Lynch. All right, so here's the thing. What I did is I tried not to go with my heart this time. I tried to go with the direction that things seem to be flowing. She hasn't won a match in a while. I would love for, Chris says Asuka. I would love for Asuka. I would love for anyone other than Becky Lynch to win. I would love for anyone other than Seth Rollins to win. I want Riddle to win because, bro, that's why. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to get to our oops. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. Continuing live on the 106.3 and Upstate Pulse Facebook page, as well as the Upstate Pulse and
Follow us on
Twitch
Instagram.
page.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
jump
missed
in
that.
there. Gosh, what is wrong with you?
Sorry.
That was a bro moment. Should he be noobed?
Come on, bro.
Let us know.
Hey,
Text
bro.
line 71307. So, Chris, I can't remember if we talked about Vince McMahon here or not. But the scandal for Vince McMahon is supposedly he paid out, I think what was it?
Lose you, valued listener.
2 million, 3 million or something like that for to keep a woman quiet. And she started out with $100,000 salary. A year later, she had a $200,000 salary. And then suddenly she got millions of dollars with a no disclosure type
She
thing.
must have performed very good service.
You shouldn't say that because she supposedly was also shared with John Laurinaitis. So, which would imply what you're saying. So, but Vince McMahon in defiance has come out every show and just stood out in the ring and welcomed everybody as if to say, I'm not going anywhere. He stepped down as CEO, but he's still over creative. A lot of wrestling fans would rather he no longer be over creative. Come back with oops. What's the text?
Honestly, he shouldn't be on there, but Tim, so of course he's not gonna.
Somebody doesn't like wrestling.
I'll definitely read that when we come back.
I was gonna say, well, I hope you don't break your finger doing it.
Yeah, we are. It's funny how some people politics is their god, it's their sport, it's their everything.
They're golden cow.
And
Yeah.
all they can do is, if you're not talking about politics, if you're actually having a good time or
It's the end of
smiling,
the world
well,
right
then-
now. When
then,
we're talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
wrestling.
then you don't care about life. You don't care about what's going on in the world. And I will say, why do you work? You work so you can play. Well, we're working and playing. So I mean, I've never understood. And
I'm just playing.
and the people who you are, and I appreciate it. And the people who take it so seriously, if you point that out to them, they get angry,
Mm-hmm.
which is another problem. The fact that you're getting angry. I mean, I don't get it. I don't. Life is too short to be worried about this stuff all the time.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah, you got to take your moments of rest. Take your moments of rest with us.
Or it could be the texter's just mad with our picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you guys are stupid. Why do you keep picking these people?
Because there is one singular person in this room that knows what wrestling is.
Yeah, that would be me. No, by the way, Cameron's been to wrestling matches. He has a pretty good knowledge of wrestling. not necessarily a wrestling fan, but he's not a hater.
I haven't watched wrestling. I haven't watched wrestling since probably like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
By the
and
way,
all that. Sting.
Put in for tickets. SmackDown is coming.
Put in
August
for
5th.
tickets with Roy.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
and go with us.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll email him on Monday. Just remind me.
Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse, offending as many people as we possibly can. But you know what? We're also making people happy. They're still enjoying the show. So I will say this show is not for everybody. And texts are left up for interpretation. That's the thing about texts. So you don't always know exactly what they mean. But if you want to send us a text line is 71307 before we get to our oops. Go ahead, Tim.
All right. The text you're referring to is what you're doing makes me want to change the channel really quick.
So what you're saying is either you don't like wrestling or you don't like the show or you really hate our picks.
Yeah.
There's another text.
Yeah. I know.
Okay.
I'm about to read it.
Okay.
It says Tim is I can't say that on the air, but guys, come on, this dude has jumped in head first and handled everything thrown his way. Hear him chiming in throughout the week. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
By the way, Tim is he's doing a great job, especially for someone who's never been in radio. And it's been about a year now, and he is adapting. He's doing a really good job. We usually don't like to compliment him because he's going to screw up the rest of the show now.
Well, did you hear how I stumbled through that text?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Matthew, don't ever give Tim a compliment if you haven't noticed that yet.
Don't worry. I only ridicule him in the booth.
No, I really appreciate that text. So thank you, 631. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Chris says we should trace that other text. Here's the thing. Don't need to trace it.
Yeah, I have the number.
Your phone number is on there. So when you send a text, your phone number shows up.
That's right.
Unless you have a way to block it, which happens sometimes.
Well, you can also get like a My Google Voice or Google Voice and use that phone number.
There's no need to block it though. I mean, because there's just not. All right, we're going to throw a swerve here. I think
swerve
because you know what? Let's stick with it. We may have time. All right. You heard the oops intro. That means usually someone's arrested. In this case, there were arrests made, and I'm just really shocked about this. And a rather ironic, could be iconic. Well, it was iconic because it's the Eagles. In a rather ironic concert moment, a fight broke out in the crowd during the Eagles set at BST concert in Hyde Park, while of all things, the band was performing the song "Take It Easy." So here's the thing: it was over in England, and there's video, and it's interesting that. During the song, Take It Easy, people started fighting. Fan shot footage shared by the Daily Mail. That's the paper of record over there. Shows pushing and shoving going on, punches being thrown, and people being dragged off or restrained, all as the band is on stage singing the lines, lighten up while you still can. And there's a fight going on. You know, it's not like a full-on brawl. But it's still, there's a fight going on. Security has to get involved and all that. How could you fight to that song? I don't get how you can fight to that song.
It is puzzling, isn't it?
Very puzzling. You ready to change the channel, Texter? Well, I'm running down the road, trying to loosen my load. I've got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna mow me, 2 that wanna stone me. 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Line up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy.
On a corner, and it was such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Maybe, don't say maybe. That come the Eagles. I gotta there, that saved me.
Well, I don't know why you can't sing the song. It's right there in front of your face.
Now look, if they were better at writing flow, I'd be fine. But they can't do it. I don't even know where we are at this
I don't know
point.
where you
I'm
are
totally
either.
lost.
I used to think that they would put me with professionals, but they have not. They have not. But it's okay because the guitar solo is pretty. It's a pretty guitar solo. But, Pappy, you and I are going to fight. And Goofy never fights anybody, but
Why are you
screw
initiating
up
this?
every single song we sing.
I didn't screw it up. I didn't screw it up last time. You screwed up Footloose with the wrong lyrics.
Goofy never
I
makes a
can't do
mistake.
the Eagles.
Goofy,
It's too mellow. It's too chill.
Goofy is 80 years old.
Is he really?
I'm thousands.
Is Goofy really 80 years old?
Good for you, kid.
Got a world of trouble on my mind. I think that's where you are.
This is
I have no clue
You know
where
what?
we are
this
now.
is
You know what?
bad.
You know what? Tim doesn't even get to sing.
Yeah, this just went bad.
All right, just forget it. Just go to break. I can't believe you always mess things up, Pappy.
It's all Pappy's fault.
Guys,
You know,
guys.
once in a blue
Friendship
moon,
is what
okay?
you really need right now.
Friendship. Well,
I don't
friends
know why
fight.
the new guy's talking about friendship. I'm calling Pete, and I am done.
We didn't even get to the redneck guy. Seriously.
Ow, 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 ow. Ow, it pulled my hair.
Yeah, it's okay. Cameron has left the room because he's very disappointed in himself because it's, you know,
That was hilarious.
I will say,
That was great.
I will
Country
say,
Tim.
all things considered, it's not the worst that we've ever done.
Sorry you
Y'all
guys
started
missed
pretty
Country
solid.
Tim.
Chris is telling me not to mock Pappy.
He's
Uh,
fine. It actually didn't sound that bad. Like, because he was making a joke out of it. It was pretty funny.
Oh no, yeah, I liked it.
By the way, right now
It's all right, man.
I'm also
Like,
also
don't-
joking. It's okay, Cameron.
I was,
It's all right,
I was
dude.
definitely
It's
joking.
all right. It's all right. It's not like your friends and family were watching or anything like that. I mean, because if it was, that would be kind of bad. But they weren't. No one's listening to this.
And
They're
I
all
totally,
like that one
didn't,
texter.
I totally didn't scream down the hallway or anything like that.
Oh, don't worry about it, man. It's not a big
okay.
deal.
I really
It's
hope that
karaoke.
cleaning- I really
Karaoke's not meant to be perfect. Believe me, I did karaoke for 12
All right, in
years.
truth, Tim didn't really want to sing the song anyway. so
Yeah.
he's,
I'm
he's
not a
pretty,
big fan
he's
of that
pretty
song.
happy.
I had a whole thing set up for.
I was gonna do Country Tim. I was gonna do Country Tim. I was gonna just.
Yeah, that's a great question, Trey. Trey wants to know how many fights happened at Elton John concerts on a Saturday night.
You know, I feel like none, just
I don't
because
know.
there's no irony
Now,
there.
there are some people in here that may not know that according to Elton John, Saturday nights are all right for fighting. I don't know if you guys knew that. Probably don't even get the reference because they're young and everything.
It's just going to end in a lot of body slams.
Lonzo, all things considered, this isn't all things considered. You're right, because if it was,
That was a massive flight of birds.
I'm here. Of course it is. That's they follow me.
You and your
I'm gonna have to get
crows.
some
And I don't get
video
it
of
either.
Everybody. During the next, I'm gonna get some video of everybody.
Okay,
and post
alright.
it, and I'm also gonna get video.
Slap
of
fighting?
Matt
No,
as well.
no, I can't slap Cameron because that would be like abusing my child.
And then
Does-
I'd abuse the elderly here in a
Does that
second.
still count when your child is full grown? Is this still child abuse because technically they're still your child?
It could be.
I
It could
don't
be
know.
emotionally
I mean, it's a
damaging.
legitimate question.
What
Also,
was the
it's just
question?
not a smart idea to strike me in general.
If you abuse your child, even though they're an adult child, is still. I mean, he's perfectly capable with all of his senses. He can't sing a song, but other than that,
I mean, mental abuse is a real issue.
Is
just
it?
saying.
I am going
I mean, you
to
could
rip
consider-
into you people in the next couple segments.
No, it's fine.
all right.
Like,
I want
it
everyone
really
to
wasn't
know
big
that
a deal.
when there's criticism going on between characters, it's not of the actual person; it's the
Oh, of
characters
course.
criticizing. And Goofy
was-
is that old.
It was two different people. It wasn't Cameron and Lonzo.
I've dealt with insubordination since the beginning of this show. Bad part is I didn't get to the last part I was
Happy
going
and
to do.
Goofy just don't get along, man.
Yuck.
We did great on Footloose.
Okay. We're not sure if we did good
Yeah,
on
I couldn't
Footloose.
hear
We have no
myself.
idea.
you couldn't hear yourselves, but we did great. I've listened several times.
You know what? You just need to let it loose.
This is-
You just need to let it loose, Cameron.
It was
Don't
way
listen to
loose.
us.
Yeah.
You just do you, okay?
I don't care about. Here's the thing. I'll kick off my Sunday shoes.
By the way, Cameron is exhibiting.
And he
No
actually kicks off
shoes
his Sunday
Saturday.
shoes.
Yeah,
His shoes
exactly.
are actually off. Just saying.
Which is
hey!
man, I hope Rob Brown's watching right now because he'll
Bigfoot.
just get very angry. He doesn't like people with no shoes on at work. A lot of people
Who,
don't.
Rob doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
dude,
have
next time I work with him, I'm working with no
Do
shoes.
It. Do it.
DMV
Come back,
session with
Matthew.
no shoes.
Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse. You know, a lot of times I'm really curious about if people know our rejoins. If you're on stream, you can't hear it. But if you are listening on the radio, you heard what our rejoin was. The actor's name is Wallace Shawn, and I am curious if Owen knows what that was from.
No.
All right, Tim, do you know what it was from?
what was the question?
What? What?
Bro, man. It's
Matthew
just
was.
wasn't paying
I don't
attention,
know,
man.
I'm not even sure Matthew was in the room in time to hear it.
If he answers before they can,
What was the
I mean,
question?
That's
Like,
points
for real?
against them.
What was the question?
All right, Wallace Shawn just did our rejoin. Do you know what movie it was from?
I didn't hear it in time.
All right, it talks about a land war in Asia.
No, I don't know what that is.
All right, it's from Princess Bride, and
Oh, that's why I don't know what it
that's
is.
fine. That's
I
fine.
say we should just put them on
Isn't
the Nerf
Julie
wall for
Andrews
fun.
in there?
Julie Andrews
Isn't
in
she in
Princess
it?
Bride. All right,
Yeah.
dude. All
May
right.
I shoot him?
On behalf of the program and the history
Oh my God!
thereof,
Here we go.
I am going to apologize right now for Tim
Oh God! Here we go.
doing what he just did. There are people on the stream very upset right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, a texter says, "Oh,
Shame.
by the way, you let me down, noob."
There we go.
Yeah.
Nerf them. Nerf
Hey,
them.
I didn't even hear what it
Right,
was.
right.
So how could I know?
Matthew, have you seen Princess Bride?
I have, yes.
Yes, I figured Matthew had seen it.
What is this
You
movie?
see, I'm cultured, so I have seen it.
Really? Exactly. He's cultured. I mean, is there anyone listening right now?
Princess Bride.
If you're still listening after
So
that,
205
if
of
you-
us are uncultured
I
swine.
thought
yeah.
she was in that movie.
if you are still listening after that song,
What song?
let me know.
What song? What, the one verse or
Yeah, hey, I got through mine. Anyway, so if you're still listening after that song, is
Okay,
there
it was
anyone
definitely
out
not
there?
the movie I was thinking
Is
of?
there anyone out there who hasn't seen A Princess Bride? Except for you guys. Yeah, we
I was about to say,
we've
were you
already
expecting
established
an
that,
answer?
Owen.
Mhm.
Yes. No, text line 71307 if you've never seen Princess Bride. I'm curious. Or on the YouTube page or the Facebook page. I think Scott says it perfectly when he does this. If you heard that, that was my skull.
that was some good Foley.
Yeah. And that was also from a movie that I don't think
Okay,
any of you guys
I
have ever
know.
seen.
I know some of these
No, I
actors.
don't know that reference.
It's
I've
from
never
Fast
seen
Times
this
at Ridgemont
movie.
High.
No, I haven't seen that, yeah.
You should watch it. You would love Phoebe Cates.
Okay,
I will add
I
it on my
will definitely
list.
watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who would admit to that, Chris. So anyway, if you haven't seen Princess Bride, you might be in the wrong show. I mean, but that's fine. But here's the thing. Here's what I find myself doing. I find myself surrounded by people who are the age of my children. So it's okay that they haven't seen some of these things. But
Yeah, I'm not
now,
gonna lie and say that I saw something. I didn't
but now
see.
that it's been mentioned, I will tell you that Tim has made an effort to watch some things because we're watching them and talking about them that he may not have watched before.
Stranger Things is one of those.
Yes. And I will tell you, Owen watched Stranger Things, so I'm not worried
Mhm.
about that. I know Matthew's good.
Oh, I haven't watched a single episode of Stranger Things in my life.
Well, you should. You
That's
absolutely
okay. If we talk about it, I'll happily sit here and agree with everything that you say.
should. That works for me.
I mean,
know-
yeah, he would love that.
Yeah, I've never had a yes man in my life, even though people are accused of being yes men just
Yeah.
because they don't agree with the other person. Chris says that's like saying you've never saw Krull 1983. Some people here have not seen Krull.
What
I
is
have
Krull
seen Krull.
1983?
Dude.
What is?
It's the first time I've ever saw a
We're
glaive.
letting these people down.
Have you ever seen the weapon a glaive weapon before?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, look up Krull and glaive. and it's pretty cool. It really is.
Ooh, Texter writes, I just missed it. Oh, there it is. Texter writes, guys, I listen to Word all the time. I look forward to your show every week.
We appreciate it. We
Thank
really
you.
do. And by the way,
We look forward to doing this show
as
every
far
week,
as
actually.
songs go, growing up listening to the radio, that was some of my favorite things was people doing parody stuff. It really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
I love watching parodies on YouTube.
And I always, back in my day, they had no YouTube.
Oh, speaking of which, Texter writes, guys, Goofy didn't get along with Cameron either. Or Carmen. I'm sorry, Carmen.
Yes.
Cartman. And
All right, so
I'm starting to think he's a prima donna.
All right.
Thank you, Texter.
See, I got to tell you, when you reach a certain age, you feel like that maybe you deserve a little more respect, a little more dignity. You believe like I'm
It's because
saying
Mickey and Donald took it from him.
all right. Here's what I'm saying. What I think Goofy is feeling, because I wouldn't know, but I think what Goofy is feeling also is that he's reached a certain level that there should be a little more professionalism around him, and that everyone should perform up to his par. And Goofy he's not feeling that.
You know what I love about Goofy? If anybody has ever played Kingdom Hearts, Goofy is the smartest one in that entire game, and I say that 100%.
Yeah, but they gave him a shield. I mean,
He is the smartest one. Like he'll be the one that states the obvious out of the entire game, throughout the entire story. It's so funny.
yeah, but he's got a shield.
Yeah, he's got a shield.
Yeah, I mean,
Shields can be deadly.
yeah, but
You gotta
You're
get
gonna
the-
hit somebody with a good
right,
pounds of metal.
His best shield is save the queen.
everyone here has played a video game. I can safely say, even Owen has played a video game.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Can't
play?
confirm.
Do you want to play a guy who only has a shield for a weapon?
But you don't play him in that game.
Well, I mean, I've done
play as
shield only playthroughs of Dark
No,
Souls, so
the answer is no to that question though.
Hey, great shields are good weapons, and Matthew knows this.
yes.
Still, I mean, it's kind of
And-
boring.
Dude,
in Dark
they're
Souls 3, there is a shield that is literally just two giant doors.
They're
Yes.
also in Call of Duty. Like there's people that run around with just shields and like melee people, and they're hard to kill because they got this big riot shield.
All right, if you're using a shield sideways, then it becomes basically a wide sword.
Yeah, a very blunt, wide.
Well,
sword.
no, there's some
Well,
sharp.
yeah, I guess you could sharpen the edges.
Well, a kite
squishing is a
shield
lot of
has an
fun.
edge, and there are shields, and I forget what they're called, that has like some points on the end of them. So if you turn it sideways, it's basically like two daggers at the end of the shield.
Has anybody here ever watched Z Nation?
I watched it a little bit at the beginning when it
Dude,
came
I
out.
want
I
that
have
bat that the girl runs around with. It's got like nails in it. That thing looks so fun.
You can do that like in Fallout 4 and
Yeah.
some other games like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there's some video games.
No,
that
I
are-
want it in real life.
Well, you
It
can
would
do
be
that
awesome.
in
Yeah.
real life. You absolutely can do that in real life. We are going to have a fun second hour. We absolutely are. We are going to be talking some Wall of Weird stories. A lot of them have to do with food and animals, and some video games. Nerd Roundtable. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the Nerd Roundtable question, the first question is: if an anime fighter doesn't say his move, does it work? That is our first question in the roundtable in hour number 2. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. We are continuing live through the top of the hour on the 106.3 and Upstate Pulse Facebook pages, as well as the Upstate Pulse YouTube and Twitch page. And he's just not going to do it now because
Nope.
it just doesn't count.
Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right. Instagram.
All right, Chris, I will mention it. Okay. And yes, I have watched the trailer. And yes, I'm kind of excited about it.
Which trailer? For what?
Super Sons.
I'll
I'll be right back. Talk to stream, somebody.
be
Hi, stream.
I'll be
Hello,
right back.
stream.
Y'all remember that?
It's
that was
me,
from the movie
The prettiest
Scream.
person on the program.
The what?
Are you the Alonzo?
Yes. You can tell by my flowing locks.
Yes, yes. You're rather majestic man.
I truly am majestic.
So how does it feel to be like in radio for 25 years? It just
It
boggles
feels,
the mind.
I don't know.
You have the oratory skills of someone who's been in radio for 25 years.
Yeah. Ah!
And
it's a
Tim
Negan bat.
has the head
That is
of somebody
awesome.
who's about to get smashed in the
It's a
face by a
Negan
bat.
You don't even like Walking Dead.
And I will try to
What
be
if you
less
don't like Walking
combative.
Dead?
For
I
the
watched
rest
You
of the
told
night.
me you didn't
No,
like
no,
Walking Dead.
I watched like the first 5 or 6 seasons, and then it just started getting,
I know. I still got to watch the final season.
the only comic I got, I was tipped off by our
Hey, honey, if you're
our
watching,
friend Rob
I
Young
have
from
a
Borderlands
Negan
Comics
bat.
and Games about a certain Walking Dead comic that I should buy, and I did, and it was the comic book where Rick dies. So that's the only one I have.
Little pig, let me in.
He's like, this one will probably be worth money someday.
Dude,
Well,
he was my favorite bad guy in that entire series. Loved Negan.
It just got, I don't know what happened with it. I just,
It got weird after the war.
I think when Negan showed
And
up,
after
when
Rick
Negan showed up,
left the
how
show.
he killed Glenn and it just messed
dude,
with me.
Negan's like one of my favorite characters now.
Chris, Rob is very busy, and I don't know if you follow him on or Borderlands on social media, you will see that they got the signage up, and it looks
Ooh.
pretty cool. If you look it up, he posted on his Facebook page for the new store. So they're getting really close. It's just a permits thing. So once that thing is open, he'll have a little more time to come on. You may.
Point that bat at me.
So we haven't fallen out of favor as far as I know.
We got more weapons
He's just,
in the office.
he's
I
just
can
really,
double
really
team
busy. He
Oh,
really
yeah,
is.
Let's do it.
Catch
He's also, by the way, this is like our best season because we go and
My mother told me
we
I'm going to get the Nerf gun here.
we
in a second.
we talk about
best.
all this stuff that's going on because there's no sports going on. It's also
Oh,
it is it's Comic-Con season, so he's doing different cons almost every Saturday. He's going out of town a bunch. That's the reason why he hasn't been on. So when you own a pretty big comic book store and you get invited to a bunch of Comic-Cons, that's usually where he is, and that's why he hasn't been on. Because he hasn't been on since Comic-Con. He's like, really? Has it been that long? I was like, yeah, it's been that long.
Thank you, Chris. He says he appreciates the show.
Try not to hit pass.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
We appreciate you, Chris.
We appreciate you, Chris. We do.
You hit me with that. It's going in places.
Where is it going?
Some
I
places I can't say on the
I
air.
just
We're
want to
not
say,
on the air.
you should know I have a full arsenal in there. I have no problem with arming him, or
Are
he
you
can go arm
familiar-
himself.
Are you
I'm not
familiar
gonna
with the
hit
Beastie
him. I'm
Boys song
careful.
Paul Revere?
Oh my goodness.
I'm more worried you're gonna hit something else.
Yeah, that's not a
I'm
wiffle
good.
ball bat. It's got extra on it.
Yeah, but still, it'll go in
I'm
the
good.
same place.
I'm good. I can do this
No.
with a real bat.
No, and stop.
It took you. It actually
No,
took
no,
you
no,
a
no, no,
minute.
no, 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 no. Because you've also implied something about someone, and you're not thinking about it.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is
okay.
one of those things. If you could just let it go, but you calm down.
Okay,
I'm gonna
Rob,
hit you.
stop dropping stuff.
That's the sound of somebody about to lose their bat privileges.
Yeah,
Oh
that's-
my
yeah, don't break
God,
that.
they're
That's like
so
one of the last.
scared
No,
right
actually, I
now.
got that from
They're so
Halloween.
scared.
store.
It's a
I got a
plastic
bunch of
bat,
stuff in
not
there
real
from when
one.
Toys R Us went out of business. I've got some hammers and some axes and stuff. Yeah, because the one down
Hard
when the
to
one
flip
down the
this
street went
with
out of
a
business.
mutual
Like,
the
let me
weight
go.
of a real
I also
bat.
have a Darth Vader head Bluetooth speaker that I got from Toys R Us when it went out of business. That
Is
I
that
use
where you
every
got
day.
all that stuff?
Yes, that's where I got all that stuff. The Warcraft stuff was like $5.
I was there when you
Yeah,
got that.
because you got one too.
That's right.
Did
I
you get
also
a
bought-
hammer or an axe? I think you got an axe.
No, I got a hammer.
Did you?
I got Doom Hammer. I have more attachment to Doom Hammer.
I'm taking a picture of that text. Don't judge me.
Tim's just over here just ecstatic.
I got
because
some
somebody
praise
praised him.
today.
Living his best life.
I got some praise.
People like me.
I don't deserve it. And it's not about his hair either.
You know
I mean, it's usually about
It's
his hair.
not about
You know
how
what?
pretty I am this
You know what?
time.
No. You know what? You got to take the small victories, man. You got to
Oh,
take them.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't take every small victory,
let me tell you,
then you're going to have a sad life.
that is true. That is true. That's absolutely true.
Wise words of T2, Tim Snow.
That's right.
I was told by a couple different people
That's
to not
wisdom.
worry about ever talking behind a mic, that I'm not good enough. One guy even told me I sucked in front of a bunch of people. And so every time I turn the mic on, it's in their face.
That's right. That's right. No, I can see like
because I'm award winning, not just for my production, but for being on the air. So right back at you, person.
Yeah, person.
Persons.
You tell him.
Got a Negan bat.
The coolest thing is,
We're gonna need to take that back.
Yeah, you don't get to keep it. Something in Q?
No.
Hmm. Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with a full crew of dudes just having a blast on Saturday night. We got Owen, we got T2, we got Choke Chip with Cameron.
Ahoy.
We've got Matthew. We are having a blast on a Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
Except for one of my ears is not working in my new headphones. That's why I was asking if something was in queue. And so if it's not, then I got a problem, but that's fine.
You can always take them back,
I
right?
will persevere because I am a professional. There we go. There we go. I got, you know what? It came unplugged. I got,
I hate when that
that'd be
happens.
no.
Yeah.
These new headphones that I got last week. They actually, you can replace the plug. This is the first ones I've had like that. So,
Yeah, mine are like that.
I like
too.
how 3 of us
I
got
hate
ready
that.
to pounce on you for any of that.
well, it's fine. It's fine. But
I hate it. I'll be standing over there like during the week, and like my hand will hit the cord, and it just comes unplugged.
So earlier in the show, we did our picks for the Nerf wall. There is this gun that is coming out, and it's called the Massive Nerf Galahorn Rocket Launcher from Destiny 2. And you should check this gun out. I posted it on our Facebook page, 1063. On the Upstate Pulse Facebook page. If I posted it on 1063, some people might freak out and go, "Why are you putting these toys on here?" Because I want to, and because you know what? I'm an admin. I can do it. But no, it's on our Upstate Pulse Facebook page. Check it out. You really need to check it out because it's basically a bazooka. And when you shoot the gun, you got to put the whatever it is, the missile in the top of the Nerf gun.
It loads like it does in the game,
Yeah.
and it's shoulder mounted.
It's-
You have to mount it on your shoulder to fire it.
When you shoot it, the rocket will split apart into 3 Nerf balls.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
that's insane.
Because in the game, Galahorn, you fire it, it explodes, and a whole bunch of small wolf rounds come around.
Yeah, of
And
course.
it makes
they
the
could-
sound of like a wolf howling as it gets fired.
All right. One difference from the game version is that you won't have a rocket that splits into multiple darts, but rather a special shell that shoots 3 of the mega darts at once.
Mega darts.
Dude, that sounds
I
fun.
love the sound of mega
I'm not
darts.
quite sure what a mega dart is, but I think it might hurt.
It's probably larger than a regular
It
dart.
might.
Yeah.
Shame they're out of stock right now because
Yeah.
I was going to buy one.
So,
Ooh.
so we are all gamers to a certain degree. Cameron is a big time Destiny 2 gamer.
I'm even wearing a Destiny 2 shirt.
He
right now.
is. He's one of those who finishes raids and things and has the ability to
I
order
haven't
things
played Destiny in a long time.
that other people can't order, including he could have been on the ground floor to order this Nerf gun. And why can't you, Cameron?
Because they're out of stock.
Already.
Oh man, I
Already.
actually hate
Sounds
that.
about right.
Which, you know what? They weren't even July 7th is when they were supposed to be up for pre-order.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe it says out of stock until the 7th.
Okay. well,
Maybe
we'll
on
find
the
out.
7th, I'll be able to order it.
We'll
I'll
find out.
find out on the 7th.
Yeah. Because whoever faces the Nerf wall really needs to get hit by that.
Man, I really hope I find out who gets hit by that before I buy it.
Well,
Wow,
This isn't even
Lonzo,
gonna get
You
it,
really want to
like-
get hit by that?
if I lose, here's how it goes, Matthew. If I lose, you know what?
You're
I
just
pay
gonna
up.
have to take it like a champ,
I
man.
pay up. That's what you do.
Yeah,
That's what
take
you do.
it.
Also,
Just
that
take
might be a later in the year kind of Nerf wall as
Uh,
opposed to.
Okay. All right. So the only thing I'm trying to think of well, other than the weapons that we have that shoot out the balls, where I can stand at our doorway for 1063 WORD and shoot the wall at the other end of the hallway. That's how powerful a couple of them are. We don't use those very much, except for Chris and I got into a macho war. And when we first got them, and I got shot with them first, then he hit the wall next time and he said it didn't hurt. You know, when someone says something doesn't hurt, I hope he's listening right now. When someone says something doesn't hurt, and you can see just a slight flinch in their eyes, he's a good actor. But I saw something.
He's a rather talented
saw something.
thespian.
I tell you, when I got shot with them, it hurt for days. It's not quite being shot with a paintball, but it's close. You know, paintballs will leave.
Oh, paintballs are
bruises.
terrible, man.
Yeah. So,
I got hit one with the velocity all the way up. Oh my God, it was painful.
were you just not fast enough, or?
No, actually, this was back in my.
How dare you?
And I'm not advocating any kind of violence or
pokes his head up.
anything,
What?
but no, we were at a 4th of July party, believe it or not, and I hit somebody with a Roman candle, and it burned him pretty bad. It was really bad, and please don't do that. That's terrible. But I felt really bad. But then when I wasn't expecting it,
And later on, he really felt bad.
well, yeah, because when I
right,
wasn't
not going
expecting
over to-
it, he came around the corner with a paintball gun with the velocity all the way up and lit me up with it. It left several bruises on me. I was bleeding. I couldn't lay down for like days. Yeah.
All right. Imogene says the audio is a little bit behind on Facebook. So the best thing to do is listen to the audio off the computer and not the audio off the radio when you're watching Facebook, unless you are a fan of Kung Fu movies, which we are.
Yeah.
Just pretend like it's a Kung Fu movie, which it might break into at any moment, because I gave Tim a bat, and
Yeah.
and he really wants to hit Cameron with it, I think.
It's the Negan
Everybody
bat.
was kung fu fighting.
It is definitely the Negan bat. That's awesome.
Yeah, you don't want any of that.
Happy Chops usually hospitalized
Chances
people.
are the quietest person on the show will get hit first, and it's not Matthew.
Yeah, I've been making
That would be
Cameron
Owen.
pretty nervous over here.
No, he's gonna hit Owen with it. I can tell.
Oh, I see it coming.
Yeah,
Sitting here waiting for it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he's
his-
ready for me.
yeah. You don't want to mess with Owen. He's got that quiet confidence where.
Yeah.
By the way, I got some things if you need to in the office that you can fight back with.
I'm not gonna hit nobody.
Okay, sure you're not. If you didn't have your glasses on right now, I probably would be worried.
I'm going to have to
Okay,
go
once
for an
it's
Arsenal
done-
run during commercial.
Then once it's done, I'm going into
God,
the arsenal.
I got
taking
something in
weapon
my
of choice,
eye here.
There you go.
and you're going
All right.
down.
All right. Speaking of making a run. All right. I have a question for everyone here, as well as everyone on the text line 71307, on the Facebook page, or on YouTube or Twitch.
Oh,
There is that we'll get to text in a minute.
you're gonna love his text.
All right. So there is this stigma put upon a certain restaurant where people go, I don't go there. I never do that. I never go there. Who here has never been to Taco Bell?
I've never been to Taco Bell.
Matthew.
Listen,
Matthew.
Well, I don't do Mexican food. I can't do Mexican food.
It's not Mexican food. It's Taco Bell.
Yeah, I think that's a really good distinction.
Well, to be fair, it's kind of worse.
Well, you don't have to
Don't
they have
read up
chicken.
on it. Just eat it. It's so
They
good.
have chicken. You don't have to just go beef. Here's the reason why I'm bringing this up.
Chalupas, man.
There is a cool thing. I'm so glad they brought back the taco pizza. Not as good as I remember, but still taco pizza. When I was a teenager, a long time ago in ancient days,
When I was
we
a
would-
young
when
one.
we would go out to a movie or something, we'd go hit Taco Bell and I'd get me a taco pizza, and it just tasted so good. Isn't it weird that in your teenage years or your early 20s, food tastes better in your memory than what it does now? And you got to wonder, has it changed, or is it just your memory has enhanced how good it was?
No, your taste buds change over time.
Or could it be that maybe, like in
Life
my
just
case,
sucks more.
I could
over
barely
time.
afford it, so when I could afford
No,
it,
it just
was
means
just
that-
like a feast,
Yeah,
a
they-
banquet.
No,
you had
just-
a case of popper tongue.
It means that like you may
Pauper.
like something when you're a kid, but
Pauper.
you may not like it later, and like other things that you didn't like when you were a kid. It's like
It's
I
kind of a
hated
mix of
mushrooms when I was a kid. I hated mushrooms. Now I love them.
I'll never hate Taco Bell though.
I'll never hate Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. The chalupa is my like favorite.
Baja Blast is a
In the
gift for
Baja
me.
Blast.
I was
is
about
the
to say
only
you were
place
talking
that
about the
had
Baja Blast earlier.
All right, so funny you guys should talk about that. They're getting ready to do something else, but yeah, the Doritos logo thing, that was like they made a shell out of Doritos. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
Genius.
So they're doing something new though. All right. Matthew's never had Taco Bell. Have you had Cheez-Its before?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Are you a fan of the Cheez-It?
I haven't had Cheez-Its in a while, but I remember liking it.
Okay. All right. Anybody else in here not a fan of the Cheez-It?
I hate Cheez-Its.
Okay.
What?
All
I
right.
hate Cheez-Its, Goldfish, cheese snacks. They're just not good.
Boy, the
All right.
white,
I'm not
the
a
white
huge
cheddar
fan
ones,
of them. They're all right, but
All right.
like there's better snack
All right,
foods.
so- the
white cheddar
reason-
ones are the bomb.
The reason why I'm asking this, Taco Bell has included other brands in its menu for years between the release of Mountain Dew Baja Blast, an exclusive soda, or as I call pop, to the chain, and the Doritos Loco Taco. Now the national chain is testing another potential brand collaboration. Tuesday, Taco Bell unveiled the Big Cheez-It Tostada, a giant cheese cracker upwards of 16 times the size of the crackers available to the public. Okay, so here's the thing, and you can look at the picture. I think I have this posted to our Upstate Pulse Facebook page. It's like a big, huge Cheez-It in the middle of a crunch wrap.
Taste test.
Oh, dude, I'm
taste test,
so
please.
down for that taste
Well,
test.
there's a problem. We can't because it's being test marketed in California right now. But
Oh.
chances are it will take off. All right.
Here's the thing: we
There's
take a journey to
a
Cali.
giant Cheez-It in the middle of a crunch wrap.
It just looks out of place. It looks like they
I
just
don't
couldn't
know.
think of any other way to incorporate a Cheez-It. So they're like, you know what? 16 times the cracker, put it in a crunch wrap. Let's do it.
I honestly
Doesn't
don't
work.
care.
So
what you're saying,
I love
Owen,
Taco
is-
Bell and Cheez-Its that much.
Are you afraid of eating uncanny?
No, I'm afraid of eating an uncannily large, 16 times the size of a normal Cheez-It.
That was a killer twitch that you did right
All right,
there.
all right, so here's what I want. You know, I don't even care about the Taco Bell thing. Give me a Cheez-It that size in a box. I don't care if there's only 3 in the box. I'm getting that box. I
Yeah.
want to eat that
As a
Cheez-It.
man who's eaten an oversized gummy bear the size of like half my torso,
Oh
I'm
gosh,
fine with oversized foods.
You've eaten
Oh,
a
gosh.
gummy bear that big?
those
those-
things look disgusting.
Over
That's pretty
time,
big,
over
yeah.
time, and I took a knife and I dissected it over time. I took pieces.
Allegedly.
I started with the ears. That was somebody's cue to keep
All right.
going to something
Well,
else.
No, I think that needed to sit for a second.
Well,
Yeah,
no
because
shit.
I'm still trying to imagine how big this gummy bear is, man.
All right, Chris is saying Cheetos. You know, KFC has tried with the Cheetos a couple times. We've did a taste test with the Cheetos chicken sandwich, and I remember going there because a lot of things we at the Upstate Pulse, when there's something that comes out at a restaurant like the Impossible Whopper, what a mistake that was.
Oh,
Also the
what was it? The nuggets? Remember the nuggets?
yeah,
And
and
those things made me sick.
the milkshake that was a Lucky Charms milkshake, which, you know, if you hit your memories on, you have memories on Facebook. One of those memories was yesterday was the anniversary of the Lucky Charms milkshake. The worst thing we've ever tried here on the Upstate.
Oh yeah, it
Pulse.
was awful.
Wait a minute. Lucky
That
Charms
does not sound good in
milkshake?
any way, shape,
People,
or
it was
form.
not
people
good.
almost spewed.
Yeah, it was not good.
It sounds like a vape juice.
It was.
Oh, that makes
Okay.
it sound worse.
Yeah, it does. So anyway, when we went to try the Cheetos chicken sandwich at KFC, there was a black gentleman there in an orderly uniform. I don't know if he was a nurse or a doctor. He was standing there and he saw 4 of us and we went live on Facebook. He looked over at me and he just shook his head. And all I could think of is, okay, this is not doctor recommended. Maybe I shouldn't try this.
He was trying to give you a warning.
Yeah, he was. And we tried it anyway and he was right.
It's just like
Now,
his inner monologues. No, man.
I got to tell you,
Why?
it wasn't that bad. I think it comes down to like whichever individual restaurant, how they put the cheese on it. Because Cheeto dust is pretty good. It really is. I'm not suggesting that you like lick the bag or anything, but I've seen people use it for fried chicken at their house. Same with Doritos crumbled up, using it as as the batter.
Yeah, I've done that several times
So it's really good. So
with Cheez-Its.
So at least a couple of us in here are willing to try that Taco Bell crunch wrap. All right, text line 71307. Tim, we have text.
We have texts. Texter writes, to be a real gamer, you've had to have beaten Pac-Man. Supposedly, myth has it to be beaten only by one man.
I will tell you, my sister beat Atari 2600 Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. And back in the day, when you beat a game, you just turn it. It's what's called turning it over. What it means is it goes back to 0. And my sister was playing for hours and it was past her bedtime. She was broken out in hives. My mom was like, you gotta go. I was like, Mom, please, you've got to let her do this.
You don't understand what this means.
You don't understand. And then it went to 0 and then we went to bed, but she did it. And I will
Wow.
always remember that she did that.
That's amazing.
And I can't remember what the exact score was to get there, but it was a lot.
I imagine there's a lot
Legendary.
of nines.
Yeah.
a lot of nines.
It was an amazing thing to watch.
No,
I
no,
have
no, no,
never
no.
done that in all my gaming life. And Atari 2600 things, graphics not really that good.
It's definitely over 9,000.
Definitely.
There are at least 2 pixels on the screen.
Yes, there are. And thank you for that reference, Tim. Any more texts?
We just have one more, and it's Texter writes, it's like getting Mexican food from the fair. And I'm assuming that they're talking about Taco Bell. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to disagree. Taco Bell is like awesome.
All right. So
Yes.
so if you don't eat Taco Bell and you're out with your buddies and you're going and doing something, maybe you're bowling or you going to a movie or something afterwards, where do you guys go if you don't go to Taco Bell?
Go to Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Oh,
Dude, you know how much Waffle House
Evidently,
I've
there
had?
are choices.
I can't do Waffle House. no more.
How Matthew, how is Waffle House better than Taco Bell?
Yeah, you can make.
Because it's Waffle House.
But you
get
can-
when you go to Waffle House, you get an experience.
No,
There is no
that is
two same
true.
experiences at Waffle House.
you definitely get experience. Listen, you can make everything that they make at your house.
Yes,
Very simply.
I want to go
but
to
then you're
Matthew's
missing
Waffle House now.
the experience of Waffle House.
What possible
What is the
experiences
experience?
could
Like a
you have
diner
at
experience?
Well, there are certain counties that I know of where things have broken out at the Waffle House entertainment, you might call it.
Well, there's
If you like
diners
seeing-
everywhere.
Seeing beat downs at a Waffle House while you're enjoying your smothered and covered, there you go.
Yeah,
That-
you know how many fights I've seen at Waffle House? Oh my god.
I'm just imagining Matthew just enjoying his smothered and covered as there's just a death match
I'm not-
going on, and
Yes.
he's enjoying it
My
like the
entertainment for the evening.
it's
yes,
dinner
like,
theater,
like
for
the high
sure.
class of Rome in,
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Gladiator.
I mean,
Dinner and a show.
Between bites, huzzah! Okay. So Owen, what's your go-to restaurant when you're out late at night? Because there's only so many open around here.
Ooh, it's either Cookout or Taco Bell. I mean, those are the only two that are open most of the time. And Cookout, I really have to be in a mood for Cookout. And if you're out late, Cookout's the one that's usually more packed. So let's go to Taco Bell. Treat myself with a
Yeah.
Baja Blast.
what
There you
about Taco Bell versus Steak and Shake?
I like Steak and Shake.
No, Never been
to
I'll
Steak
be
and
honest.
Shake.
I like
I
They
Steak
have
and Shake.
pretty good milkshakes, man.
I gotta say though, with the Cookout, I can never forgive Cookout. They increased the price of the Cookout tray.
my problem with Cookout is I just don't like the grill taste on my burger. Like I don't like that taste, like that liquid smoke type taste.
Then don't get a burger. It's
Yeah.
Cookout. You don't have to get a
Everything
burger.
there tastes like that to me.
It's fair.
I mean,
that's fair.
By the way, we're not disparaging any restaurant except for Waffle
Oh,
House.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
any
yeah.
I mean, because you can say anything you want about Waffle House, people are still going to go there. I
Oh,
mean, because
yeah.
it's Waffle House. It's 3:00 in the
See,
morning.
I feel
here,
like this is a callback
At
to
least
the
in
Golden
this
Corral thing.
area, at 3:00 in the morning, your places are limited. You are.
Oh yeah.
Jim and Easley says it's Taco Bell. You know you're going to get diarrhea, so go for it.
Well,
You only live once.
a good cleansing is not a bad thing, people, because
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It doesn't give me that though.
Yeah.
You gotta
me either,
get
me
a
either.
good meditative poo.
Before we get off the topic of Taco Bell, have you guys ever tried the creamy jalapeno sauce from Taco Bell? You got to ask for a
Yes.
cup of it.
Yeah, isn't that what they give with the fries that they have?
No, it's not. Got to
Oh,
go try it.
Dude, those fries are
Not the cheese.
God.
I'm telling you, it's 25 cents and it'll
This stuff
change
just, like,
your
melts
life.
in
I
your
might
mouth.
have to do that next time.
All right, we need to take a break. When we come back, we are going to talk some crazy stories about animals, and we are going to get to some video games. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD, continuing live on the 106.3 and Upstate Pulse Facebook pages. By the way, we're still live during commercial breaks on the stream, so send us a message, send us a text at 71307.
That's such a struggle.
Put your hair back up, dude.
I can't. I broke my rubber band.
Out here dissing Waffle House.
The thing is about
I didn't want to say this on the air. It's just like back in my party days.
we're still
we would
on the
go
air.
there, and I didn't want to say it on the radio.
Okay.
We would go there and we'd all be drunk, and then we'd eat the Waffle House and eat, the hangover you get the next morning, your stomach hurts. It just reminds me.
Oh, I know. I don't
like
drink
Taco.
enough
That's
to
why I don't like
ever
Waffle House.
get that.
Hey Trey, Cameron just went to the restroom. It's not a new bass; it's his old bass. It's just been put away because we haven't played in a while. Nah, just come back with regular stuff.
I've
But
commandeered your seat.
we
Yes.
when I'm talking about doing the binary pie thing, I am serious about this. I already wrote a chorus for the country song, and sent it to the guys, and I'm working on the verses for that.
And my soul.
Everybody's raiding the room. I prefer projectiles because distance. That is my favorite, by the way, right there.
Oh, yeah.
He keeps talking about Walking Dead. You know what that is?
No,
Read it on the blade.
Oh.
That is Michonne's katana.
Oh,
Yes.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So anyway, it's not a new bass for Cameron. He just hasn't had it out in a while. But he went and got some stuff at Guitar Center and stuff, and we are writing some things. Working on my Rage song, my Rage Quit song. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
Your eyeball popped out of its socket.
I really just want to beat him because he just keeps making Negan references.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
dude.
look at me. I'm cosplaying the Elden Ring meta.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Bleed Build. How are you doing today? Is that Rivers of Blood?
By
Why,
the way,
yes.
Tim, do you recognize the katana that he's holding? Okay. Also from
Yeah,
Walking
looks like a
Dead.
katana to me.
No.
That's not her katana. She has a white handle.
All right, turn it around and let him see what it says. It says it's her katana.
It's not because her handle is.
That's
white.
not historically accurate.
It's not. It's it's not Walking Dead accurate. Okay.
Oh
Her
my
handle
God.
is white.
The white synthetic leather. Excuse me, sir.
So in Columbus, they have White
And
Castle,
there's
and
no
White
sheep.
Castle is open
Obviously,
24
you're a
hours a
fake
day.
fan. Oh my god.
I've never been to White Castle. I've been enough times to have tried by now, but
No, I did fan out over Walking Dead until
The things they
after
say
the
about Taco
Negan
Bell, they
War.
say about White Castle, and it never
It
affected
got
me
weird
that
after
way.
that. With the Whispers. The Whispers was kind of cool,
Yeah.
but it wasn't as good.
If I start thinking about a
New
Baja
season's
Blast,
pretty good,
someone
though.
said in the chat, they were talking about Food Lion has 12 packs of Baja Blast now because they only do it during like this time of year, I think, right? They only release it in
I
stores.
think so, yeah.
You never know, Chris.
Friends of mine were
If
talking
we
about
might need a
Baja
Rage Screamer. So I mean, we'll see about that.
All other times of the year, I can only go to Taco Bell to get that beautiful, like.
My
kiss of
favorite thing at Taco
lettuce.
Bell is I have two
Baja
favorite
Blast
things.
is.
They have great breakfast.
I imagine
Crunch
it's a
wrap, the
sea
breakfast
mouse.
crunch wrap is awesome, and the chalupa meal.
All right,
You were
how many
really
breaks do
on
we have
about
left?
this
One or
chalupas.
two?
Yeah, man, those
I think it's
chalupas are
just-
so good, man.
1, 2.
Okay, all right,
We're good.
yeah, because I thought we went a little late, so we're good.
God, is it already
We're coming-
8:30?
We're coming back, Matthew.
All right.
Listen, buddy, if you don't log off this game immediately, I'm gonna fly over to your house and down to that basement you're hiding in, rip off your arms and shove them up your butt. That's right, yes, don't cry to your father, you little weasel.
By the way, coming back with a little bit of Thor, and guess what comes out next week? Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
So
that one.
I am too. I got to remember to go ahead and buy tickets though, so we can. Because that's a movie I definitely want to see in IMAX.
Oh yeah.
Because
Let me know. I'll come with you. I want to see it.
I want to.
Oh yeah. Let me know. I want to get out
All
there.
right, we'll tell you guys.
Take an Upstate Pulse trip.
As we've talked about before, they never say it, but movies actually come out on Thursday. They do, and almost all theaters. The big ones, they come out on Thursday, and the trailers never say that, but you can get tickets on Thursday.
It's always the Friday release.
I
date. You can
remember
do
when they
Thursday night.
started doing that because I used to work at a movie theater part time when I was in college.
What I mean, how long did it take for it to take off though when they started doing that?
It was pretty immediate, but people just didn't really know about it at first. It was you'd probably get about half of what you would normally see on opening day, but by the end of the time, because I worked there for over the course of about 2 years, and by the end of that 2 years, people were coming out to it.
Yeah, I think a good judge of a blockbuster is seeing how well populated it is on a Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
And how many, something like this, I haven't looked, but they probably will have multiple screens, both at least the theaters that we go to, the one in Simpsonville or at Hollywood. I'm sure they'll have multiple screens. Looking forward to seeing that and being able to report on that next week. All right. I don't know how people feel about animals here. I do enjoy the taste of them, I will say.
Yum, yum, yum.
Let us talk
Interesting
about,
segue.
let us talk about,
It was a tasteful segue.
a lot of the fun stories happen in Florida or Ohio because their disclosure laws allow it to where you can find out, why people got arrested. Other states, you can't do that without doing a FOIA, right, Matthew? A FOIA.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a news guy. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I just want a confirmation. It makes me feel like I know what I'm talking about.
He's a great news guy.
He
by the
is.
way.
He's
he really
an
is.
awesome
We go
guy.
to the booth for
All right.
an answer.
All right. Enough kissing up to Matthew. All right. A
Oh, no,
Florida
keep it
man,
coming, keep it coming.
a Florida
But
man,
he's so nice.
a Florida man who spent 30 hours in jail for he killed his neighbor's rooster, claims he was given a bum rap. While Jacksonville resident James Nix admits to killing the rooster, he says he only did it because the ornery bird left him no choice. Nix says he was checking his mail when he encountered his neighbor's pet. I turned around and there's a chicken out there in the street, he says. I said, oh boy, here we go. Turn around. He's a transplant. He's not really from Florida. He's actually from Kentucky.
And then they get into a
mhm,
Family
mhm.
Guy-esque fight and wreck the entirety of the street.
I said,
right?
oh boy, here we
Sounds
go.
about right.
Turn around, walk to my place. Bang, 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 bang. Now the chicken's in my yard. It was all boy. Now its neck flares up, so I pick up a stick in the yard and I try to hit it. But the chicken's jumping at me and I accidentally knocked it in the head. Call it a lucky shot, whatever.
It was just an accident.
Yeah, because all right. Nix goes on to say he's appalled that the police would waste their resources arresting a rooster killer. I didn't know to give it a 21 gun salute. So he says,
Is this verbatim
he said,
quoting?
yeah.
He should have known.
I should have said quote. All right. Quote. He says, CPR, mouth to mouth. Do you know? Or call the chicken ambulance. Chickens die every day, people. At churches, Popeyes, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Did they let this guy have
I
like
was
a
about
full
to ask.
statement?
I was about to ask, did he cook it after? Did he
Guy
fry
needs a
it or
podcast.
grill it?
All right. So, I get people have weird pets, but if you have an edible pet, a pet that someone could eat,
I've known a couple people that have had pet chickens in the past.
I know people that have pet pigs.
my mom used to tell me that there was a rooster back in Holler in Kentucky that would follow her around all the time. She hated that rooster, that she thought the rooster was evil.
Yeah, my mom as well. She hated chickens when she was growing up. She hated them. Like they would chase them and stuff. She hates chickens.
Well, I mean, roosters, that's what they're supposed to do. I mean,
Yeah.
that's their job.
They would peck at her feet. I mean, she's only like 6 or 7 years old at this time.
Yeah, my
so-
mom too. Same thing.
Yeah. So I mean, you would grow up thinking that chickens suck.
yeah. So the thing is, if you had a pet rooster and someone accidentally killed it, would you call the police?
No.
I know we have some.
No, I don't think I
know-
would. But at the same time, if it happened to one of my dogs, I would expect.
I know we
somebody to
have
do
some
that.
ex-police listening right now. I mean, how do you handle that sort of thing when you come out to? I talking about playing straight man. We talked about straight man before. All right, in a comedy duo, there's a straight man, and then there's
The absurd.
the basically the color guy, the guy who brings in all the comedy. The straight guy cannot laugh
Right.
the whole time, and it's really hard to do. It really is.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm a pretty good one, but it's really hard.
You
to
would
do.
be great at that.
Yeah, I've quite a bit on this program. I've been the straight guy.
I say it's like you practice that
and,
a lot.
and it's usually this, Uranus comes to mind. And whenever it does, that sort of thing, I mean, just, people laugh for no reason. So
I didn't laugh.
but you did.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we saw it.
No, I
and
didn't.
you saw his eyes, right? They was laughing. It
I
was
laughed.
Yes.
I laughed with my eyes.
You can laugh with your eyes.
Yeah.
That's flirting. That's not laughing. Anyway, so
That's flirting.
yeah, it's without a doubt.
that
It's
was
called
batting.
It's called batting an eye.
You gotta bat your eyes.
Yes,
like
that's what you.
this.
So any former policeman or people who are presently police. Text line 71307 or on our stream. How do you do that? How do you go out to a place where a chicken has been killed and take the report and
so the victim was a rooster
and do everything without laughing? How do you do that? Because you know, it's part of your job. I think I could do it.
I don't know. I would
think I could
assume
do that.
that if it was a pet, that the person is distraught enough for the police officer
You
or
don't
whoever's
really have
taking
to
the
ask any
report.
questions. But
Yeah.
I couldn't take that statement straight faced at all. If I was having to sit there and
I think
ask
I
all
could.
the- don't
I
know.
could.
I mean,
could,
it's
and
silly,
I
but
would
I feel
make
like
very
they would have run
inappropriate
into a
jokes
lot
the
of
entire time.
similarly silly stuff in the past. Like they've got to have a straight face by then.
All right. I got to ask Matthew as a news guy, castle law is where you can defend yourself as someone's trying to kill you, right? I believe it's castle law. I could be wrong.
That stand your ground. Castle
Stand
law
your
is
ground.
referring to like your home.
Okay. Well, either way, if you feel threatened by a chicken, I mean, it's what you feel threatened by. I
Right.
mean, right? All right. Chris says you just take the report and move on to the next call. See, that's what I figured, but you got to be talking
see,
back
I'm
to
also-
dispatch or whatever going, what? A chicken. I'm out here for a chicken.
That's
okay.
a chalk outline going to look
What
for
keeps
that.
throwing me off about this is
It's
that
just a drumstick.
is
That's
the-
all. it's just a chalk outline of a drumstick. That's all it is.
Throw down a Popeye's box.
Yeah. There we go.
What keeps throwing me off about this though is that the fact that the rooster was a pet, and I've actually been in a situation where somebody's threatened one of my pets. So, like, I mean, I could understand them being upset that their pet was, hurt or killed.
Hey, my first
And your first instinct when somebody does that is to defend your pet,
See, if you're in Skyrim, the entirety of the village comes to kill you.
yeah, that's true. You can't touch a chicken in Skyrim. You
Nope.
cannot do that.
Hey, it happens in Zelda too. If you attack certain,
But you know what? If you're in Fable, you get some extra points if you can kick that thing.
yeah.
It's the chicken chaser.
Chicken chaser. That's my man. Ooh. Let's see.
God, I haven't played that game in years, man. I
Chris
love that game.
says, nope, no time to worry about it. Scott says, roosters have killed people. He felt threatened. Self-defense. That's what I was saying. I mean, a rooster could peck an eye out.
Oh
or
yeah, and that's
something.
another
That makes
aspect
sense.
of this too, is that if he was defending himself against a
The chicken came at him.
crazy chicken, I mean, like, you got to do what you got to do.
So
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do? I mean, if a chicken comes at you, what are you supposed to do? Go.
well,
"Oh,
what if a chihuahua
Oh,
comes
you-
at you? I mean, is it okay to kill the chihuahua if it comes at you?
Honestly,
No.
I don't think a chihuahua could actually
No,
kill you.
Because they
But-
do that a lot.
but you could punt.
Yeah, yeah.
Punting is
Chihuahuas are
valid.
very puntable.
Yeah, it's an extra point. I mean, however you want to. Or
They're like pugs. They're
maybe,
in the puntable.
maybe soccer terms.
I'm not a
Goal?
big fan of chihuahuas.
Yeah, I was gonna say yes to your question, Tim, but I couldn't ever knowingly in its life. But a punt seems fairly.
Yeah, I mean,
reasonable,
yeah.
pretty annoying.
Well, I mean, but it's the
Not
same
like a
thing.
hard
though.
punt, but like
Yeah.
a soft lift.
They're
I
pretty.
mean,
yeah, there
they're
you
pretty agile. I mean,
The person's not looking at this as this is a chicken and this is a chihuahua and this is my pet is the way that they see it. So I mean, like, if you go to kill something that's a pet of somebody, I could understand them being a little upset about
All right.
Also, and I just glimpsed this from the text line. It depends on the size of the rooster too.
it does.
And if
That's
it has
true.
like some very killer spurs, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, if it's got metal spurs, you're in trouble.
it. Yeah,
I'm saying,
metal
if it's a
spurs. I was thinking the
gamecock,
same thing.
Here's the thing: if it's a gamecock coming after you, it's going to hurt a lot. So you should probably defend yourself against.
Yeah,
it.
that mascot comes from there actually
Yes.
being fighting gamecocks and
Yeah.
chicken
Yeah.
fighting and all that stuff. Chris says I used to be an adventurer like you, but I took an arrow to the knee.
I spent years not realizing that was a reference to marriage.
Texter says
What?
none of you
You
got
didn't know that?
No.
Wait,
What's that
Yeah.
reference?
He's referencing the fact that he proposed.
Are you
So he
sure?
settled down.
That makes sense. but
Yeah.
You just all right. You
So
just,
what you're saying is all these years that I've went around shooting guards in the knee because they say that.
Yes,
With
that
an
was a
arrow.
crime. That was illegal, Lonzo.
Okay, all right. Hey,
Hey,
the
Texter,
fines are not that bad, so I mean, or you can run.
Texter writes, none of you guys have obviously been flogged by a rooster. They will mess you up with those spurs.
I gotta tell you, I don't
Oh, I
want to be
bet.
flogged by anything.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
Flogging is
I think I'm
typically
But,
an
I mean, that's-
unsatisfactory.
But that's what I was saying, though. I mean, if he was defending himself, that's one thing. But if he just walked up
all
and
right.
killed the chicken, that's kind of messed up.
I just realized we're having too much fun talking about chicken abuse, and we need to take a break. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. Continue live on all the stuff that we continue live on.
Plus Instagram.
Stop it, Owen.
I can't believe it's already 8:40. I can't believe it. Those went by fast.
Went right over Tim's head.
What did? What went over my head?
It's okay. Your hair.
It's over your head. It's gone.
Your hair.
Oh, I don't care.
You'll never find it again, Tim.
Sticks and stones may break
All right,
my
we got one more
bones,
break
but
after
words
this,
will
so,
never hurt.
Come back with Nerd Roundtable. Yeah.
Tim, just take salsa. You're the pretty one.
I am the pretty one.
I'm right here.
Matthew, you're the second. You're the second prettiest. I know. I'm
Hey,
at,
listen,
like-
it's Information Society.
Hey, that's okay. I can eliminate the competition.
hey, you know what? If there's no one to compete against you, you're automatically number
That's
one.
true. You win every contest that way. If you are alone.
What?
Why compete?
Oh, that's terrible. We gotta read that text. That's
Okay.
terrible.
It's horrible. I can't wait to share it.
That's terrible.
That is awful.
That is
All right.
not cool.
Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till we're on the air to hear it. Cause I you know,
All right.
What an unspeakable thing that these people did.
as long as it's airable.
How unspeakable.
Is it airable?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay.
Yes,
all
it
right.
is.
All right. I'll take Matthew's word for it.
It's
All
on
right.
theme,
Hey, yeah, you have
actually.
to take mine. It's because Matt's been here longer, and I understand that.
He has
that's
more
actually-
radio experience.
Yeah,
than
he
you.
Wait, don't I have a?
Yeah.
I know it could be arable, right? I never toe that line.
Yeah. Yeah. So some
I'm
people
not the worst person.
some people
here.
are willing to go places for you know, let's face it, the people who would take anything serious are no longer listening. So we're good.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're all gone.
We're good.
Oh, I wonder if they're all watching. I hope so.
They have vacation.
There's you know, it's
I
July
have
4th
family
weekend. A
from
lot
New
of people
Hampshire.
are,
I'm hoping that they're watching.
a lot of people are out because some of our regulars aren't on there, but some of our regulars are. You know, Wayne, I haven't tried a QT breakfast pizza. Have you tried a QT breakfast pizza, Tim?
No, I,
gotta
have
say,
not, but I want
I haven't
to.
eaten anything at QT before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, QT has some of the
It's
best
like eating at a
food.
gas station. I just, you know, just
Yeah, but I think that's why.
Also, what kind of terrible program did
Dude,
they
I
put their
do chili
workers
and
through to make them so
coleslaw hot
fast?
dogs
I don't
all the
know.
time in there.
I mean, it is freaky how efficient they are.
it's,
the only gas station food I can eat, and it's
Yeah,
I mean,
me
it
too,
looks
man.
good. It smells good. I'm just not quite sure how long it's been there.
Quick
I
Trip.
just-
It's a 5-star.
I don't
hotel.
care. It's always good.
It's like actually good. Like I'll grab a sandwich from them sometimes.
I know.
Oh.
All right. Before we get to Nerd Roundtable, Tim apparently says that there's
Yeah.
a really good or bad text. I don't know which one it is. There's reactions
It's
in
pretty.
the studio to it. So,
It's pretty.
by the way, if you also want Tim to react to a text, send him one. Text line 71307.
Yeah, man, this is. I mean, my heart goes out to this person, like for real. But the texter writes, "My mom had a friend that had a pet pig. It got a little too big for her to handle. Someone offered to take it in. They killed it shortly after. My mom was devastated."
You forgot
Yeah,
the
they
part
killed
where
it.
they said they ate it.
Yes, I was about to say
Did it-
that's
it
the
doesn't
big
say?
They
Say?
part.
mistyped it. They said "ate it" instead of "ate it."
Oh,
But,
okay.
yeah.
Maybe
I thought it
they-
was. I thought it was
maybe
a
they
typo.
typed it
I
that
didn't
way
even
on
realize
purpose.
that they
yeah,
ate it.
Yeah, that way
Yeah,
it
ate it.
said like that. They ate it.
They're done.
It said they killed and at it shortly
At
after.
it.
So
Yep.
yeah,
Killed
I
it,
think they meant
yeah.
ate it.
All right. Texting is difficult sometimes. And the problem is,
I get
You're in a hurry.
autocorrect.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah,
I get
I
it.
mistype
Yeah.
all the time.
well,
so-
you know, it's one letter away.
I mean,
from
honestly,
the right
my heart
thing,
goes out
so.
to your mom, man. That's terrible.
It really,
See,
it
that's-
really does suck.
That's
in that
that's the
case.
thing. I can't see myself having a pet that I could eat.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I,
you know,
I actually agree with that.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I kind of
I
agree.
would feel awkward eating bacon if I had a pig.
because
like,
I've been
Yeah,
yeah
not just
No.
having a pig, but a pig
I
you
can't
were
give up
emotionally
sausage.
attached. to.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I've been around people who've raised like livestock and give it names and stuff. I mean, you know what? That's food for the winter. Don't give it a name, okay? Because once you do, then you become attached.
You are
another,
cow number
another
2.
Walking Dead reference, but Rick says the same thing to Carl when they're raising pigs. He says, "Stop naming them because they're food."
Carl. All right. So
We shouldn't
Wayne
get into that.
Wayne wants me to do a QT breakfast pizza challenge. I might have to take you up on that, Wayne. All right. So we are in the Nerd Roundtable.
I'll buy it.
Yes, it gets nerdier, and it is a point of debate. I asked this question earlier on in the show. If you were paying attention, you know what it is. If an anime fighter doesn't say his move, does it still work? Matthew.
No, it does not. That's where all the power comes from.
Oh Lord.
All right. So like, if you don't say Kamehameha,
I think
does
it
not
depends on
work?
the anime.
Have you ever seen them launch
Yes.
it without saying it?
Yes.
They've launched it without saying it, and it never works.
It's true.
It's the cheap ones.
Exactly.
Actually, no,
you
they
have
do
more
it.
power when you say it.
They do it to sell.
Also, the louder that you say it, the better it is.
They do it without saying it to sell.
When do they do that?
When they're when Gohan's fighting, they're having the big Kamehameha.
he
tug of
says
war?
it,
No, he
No,
very
the-
much
the
says
other
it both
characters.
times.
and it's a slow build up.
Oh
to
my
it.
God, the other characters that are also trying to help Gohan, they don't say it.
Yeah,
They
that
just
doesn't
fire
count, that's
blasts.
filler.
But they're not as powerful as Gohan.
The
so
only one
Also,
that isn't
saying
filler is
something, right?
Vegeta's attack.
Well, no, they're not. But I mean, even still, like, all right, this is the reason that I hate, that I love Full Metal Alchemist so much is that he doesn't do that.
All right, I just gotta say, I've launched 5 different solar flares in here, and it didn't work because I didn't say solar flare.
If you had said
Also,
it, everybody
it's
would be
not-
I was
blind right
wondering
now.
what you were doing.
Cameron
also-
Cameron didn't look at me. If he did, he would have.
But it
known
wouldn't have
exactly
no,
worked
what
I
he
even
was
saw
if
doing.
you.
said
I was just
solar
ignoring
flare.
you.
Okay,
But
all right, it's like normal.
But again, that's
just
why I
bad.
like Full Metal Alchemist so much is because I mean every time he makes a spear, he doesn't say spirit spear. Like no, he just claps his
All right,
hands
so
and makes it.
I
you-
feel like that was a dig at you.
yeah,
you.
I think that was a dig at anime
I mean,
in general.
it's not a
Mhm.
dig.
How
Yeah.
dare you call
It's
yourself
a
an
tone,
anime
man.
fan?
It's a tone.
If everybody would just like listen to me for a second, okay? I think it depends on the anime
We've been
whether it
doing
works or
that.
not. And Dragon Ball Z is one of those animes where it's
What's
just
your-
iconic for them to do that.
What you're pointing out, Tim, is only the good anime do it the way you're talking about. All the rest of the anime that, like the majority of anime that I've seen where they announce their attack, that's all bad anime.
No, it's not
But
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm getting out of it.
I think
so.
it just depends on the anime.
Look, when you yell,
if the voice actors have functioning vocal cords after the recording session, is it really good battle shonen anime?
That's
No.
a great question.
all I want to say is I'd like to know. That's
Yeah.
I would love to know.
And Majin Buu doesn't announce everything he does. He just screams about it and does it.
Well, that's Kid Boo.
yeah, does
Yeah,
he end up
yeah.
winning
Yeah.
now?
The other Boos tell you what they're going to do.
Does he end up winning?
The other Boos.
He
And
would have.
My Hero Academia. They say their
Yeah,
attacks.
well.
They do.
They do.
Shoot style.
Yes, they say their attacks.
They do it in Naruto too.
Bakugo, die.
But at the same time,
It's not really an attack. It's just
at the
it's a
same
want.
time, like I
Yes.
feel like
That's a
this.
suggestion.
Here's how I feel about the anime
He just rose
characters.
his hand. It was
About the
adorable.
anime characters that announce their attack before they do it. You're totally letting the enemy know exactly what you're doing.
Oh, I
And yet
agree.
they still
Oh no,
can't
yeah,
stop.
no.
You need to know. All right, they
So
need
is
to
there
know
an-
what move they're going to get smacked down
Yeah,
to.
yeah, so
and the monologue that goes through their head, I don't mind when it's going through their head as they're fighting, but when they're sitting there saying it out loud, like they can hear
You
you,
know,
right?
Raditz is sitting
know
there
what?
just going, is that move called Special Beam Cannon? Oh, it's like that's
I
the last thing
love-
that's on his mind.
Go ahead, finish.
I
it,
love
Matthew.
that Jujutsu Kaisen actually took that trope of explaining what you're doing and made it an actual mechanic where it becomes more powerful if you let them know.
All right,
it's
yeah,
It's
there's
like
funny.
a
It's funny.
contract kind of thing.
what it is. There's an arrogance behind it. Here's what I'm going to do to you. You can't stop it. That's what Owen was alluding to. All right, you listen to the Upstate Pulse. When we get back, it's lightning round time.
There's also a show
Rasengan.
called Bungo Stray Dogs, where one of the main bad guys
Did you just say Brasinger?
Yeah, Rasengan.
Oh no, I thought you said Brasinger. I
like
was
brings out.
Rasengan Shuriken. That's Naruto.
He's Narutoing a lot.
not what I was thinking.
Shadow Clone.
He's gonna start yelling "Believe It" here in a second.
How did I forget the name? What was the name of those books with Brasinger in it?
But it works.
Aragon.
So it
Aragon.
works for like shows like that, like Naruto and
I love how
No, we're coming back with Lightning
But-
Round.
but would it work-
Remember,
But would it
play
work
Lightning
for
Round in
Full
like
Metal
2,
Alchemist?
so you can
Welcome to
fade
the
it
show.
into
It wouldn't work.
into the outro.
Like, you know, I don't think
You
it
can
would
play
work.
in 2 or 3. It doesn't matter.
It's not exactly a standard battle shonen.
Well, that's
Like I
true,
said,
but
usually
that's what I
games
was
get
saying,
pushed to
that,
the
like, I think
wayside
it works
just
for some
because of-
animes, and other animes. it
Yes.
It's a battle shonen.
Yeah,
That
no-
is the
no
only
rejoin.
trope that it's in.
By the way, there
I'll just play
is-
it out of-
So make sure that we're.
I'm going to abandon that.
Close.
I'm not reading.
I still
that.
need to watch. Which side are
If there
are
were
you
that
on?
other text, I'm not reading that. That's completely insensitive.
Well, following that text, yes.
Yeah, following
Yeah,
that text,
following
I'm
that,
not reading
yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
That thing is.
He's doing it just to be.
It's not wrong though.
He's not wrong. He's definitely
But
not
just
wrong.
in poor
but,
taste.
like, yeah,
Exactly.
it's not a good time to say something like that after you read the last one.
The show goes to 9 or 10.
9.
9. Do you want it to go to 10?
We used to have a
We could
3-hour
make it go to
show.
10.
That would be fun.
We used to have a 3-hour show, and then Powers of B took it away from me,
Because it used to be the 3rd hour nerd hour, and
which
it
was my.
sounded good.
It was my favorite thing to put together. The 3rd hour nerd hour. I lament it all the time.
Why don't you just do the 2nd hour nerd hour?
Like
'Cause it
Biggie
doesn't ring.
It's like Biggie Langston losing Langston.
The 2-hour nerd hour. How
No,
about that?
it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't
It
work.
doesn't work.
So you don't say it. All it does is remind you of what you've lost.
Yes.
Exactly.
Thanks, Tim.
Are you the worst, Tim?
I
But
thought we were going back.
But
No.
here's the thing: them taking away the 3rd hour brought about us being able to stream, and the fact that we started with OBS doing all that, then the rest of the building was coming to me. How did you do that? For free, because I'm a gamer, and we figured out how to do it.
All this off of a Father's Day gift.
Yes, and then they decided to get StreamYard, and then we were the first ones to do that because we'd already done all that other stuff.
Were they thinking about doing this before you started doing this?
They were
streaming?
trying to find a service.
Was this when they started yelling at us about StreamYarding stuff too? Like a year and a half ago?
Well,
Because they started trying to get us to.
I like
StreamYard
Streamlabs
our
better
interviews.
because like you can
StreamYard
customize.
interviews would be pretty cool if you can get the people to do it. And they
Which no
want,
one would
yeah,
want
no
to
one wants
do.
to do it.
They just don't want to show their faces.
58:48.
Why would you want to show your
Because I
face
think
on an
I think the
interview
ID is
like
12 seconds. Look at the
11. So
It's
58.
11.
99?
Yeah, there we go.
well, I mean,
Because we live in a
I wouldn't
world
want it.
that like the
You live in
people
a
that you
society.
meet and
We
the
live in a society.
things that you do matter.
you get that meme.
Just saying. Looks great on a resume or on a portfolio website. I think Negan can take Thor.
Look like you're having fun with that hammer.
I hate
Matthew,
that
we're
phone
about to come
hammer.
Oh, okay.
I think Negan can take Thor. Just kidding.
Would you like to try it?
No. No. I'm good.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, W has spoken. That means it is time to squeeze in as many stories as you can in the last segment of the show. For those of you wanting a Stranger Things review, what I did, I decided to put it off because a couple people haven't seen it yet, and
It was me.
it's really something that we really need to discuss. And
Yeah.
with the last 2 episodes combined, which dropped yesterday, are 3.5 hours.
To be honest, I
Yeah.
just forgot. I
Yeah.
forgot that it was coming out.
By the way, well worth the 3.5 hours.
Oh, absolutely.
for sure.
It's fantastic.
Hard hitting and baby tearjerker. I don't know, maybe, possibly. All right. Paul Rudd was asked as Ant-Man on a recent Disney cruise why Ant-Man didn't fly up Thanos' butt and kill him that way. Do you guys believe that Ant-Man could have killed Thanos by flying up his butt.
Yes.
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 One,
100%.
Did you not see how big he got at the end of Endgame?
Yeah, I understand.
You know
how
what?
it
I have a
works.
question.
big
I have a
deal.
question about that whole thing. Is if Captain America can straight Dragon Ball Z that spaceship, why didn't she just do that to Thanos?
Because Thanos is tougher
Because
than the
Thanos
ship.
knocked her out, didn't he? If I remember right.
Well, there is that.
But
yeah.
she wasn't flying at like Goku speeds.
They
at
made,
that point.
They made her OP, and they should not have done that. And so when you do that in the movie before, and then you do that, and you show that she can do that stuff, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Here's what I think it is Thanos was smarter, and this has nothing to do with her being a female or anything. Thanos was just smarter.
Yeah.
Dude was pretty smart.
Yeah, he outsmarted most of the Avengers most of the time.
And there are a lot of people who thought Thanos was right, and probably still do. So
gotta love cults, you know.
So Ant-Man said, no, he couldn't have done that. And here's the reason why I think Thanos has buns of steel. And because of that,
He just clenched.
Yeah.
He just clenched a little too
He
hard
also-
there.
Other entry points.
yeah, well, there's that. He would have had to go into the quantum realm
Dude, he
just
could
to
have
get
flew
in
up
there.
his
probably.
nose like back in the Egyptian time. That's how
Yeah.
they mummified people. He
You're
could just
right.
flew up his nose and exploded his brain.
Possibly. But he would have had to been hot when he did that, so maybe fly really fast.
And maybe Thanos had a cold that day.
Which reminds me, if you haven't watched Superman and Lois, there's a little black spot on the sun today. And it was amazing.
Yes.
That's as far as I'll go. All right. Let us see. All right. Ghostbusters, the next sequel is coming out next year. Should they make another sequel?
No.
I really don't think they should have. I think they should have just left it as it was because it was really, really good. It was a sweet story. It was in memorial for Harold Ramis, and if they do it well, then it'll be fine. But it's hard to catch lightning in a bottle twice.
All right. So I knew they were talking about it. I didn't think they would do it this early. Matthew, what do you think? His mic is not on, apparently.
My mic is on.
There
my
we go.
end.
All right. Well, we don't have time to noob Owen. He hasn't been here in a while. So anyway.
Uh-oh, he forgot to turn my microphone on.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
It
Come on.
happens sometimes, buddy.
Don't make a big deal out of it. It's not like you're Tim or something.
I was talking this whole time. That's so unfortunate.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good, Matthew. All
Okay.
right. All right. Answer the question.
I said
Did
that
you
I'm
guys
tired
do
of
that on
Ghostbusters.
purpose?
He's tired of Ghostbusters?
I'm tired of Ghostbusters. I loved the original Ghostbusters movies, and I'm tired of Hollywood cash cowing every single property they have.
All right. So here's the thing. I don't think they should make another one because of the things that Cameron said, but it's going back to New York. If they bring back Vigo, which they've been hinting at bringing back Vigo,
Why? Why bring back Vigo though?
yeah, brought back Gozer. Why not bring back Vigo?
Then it is just a cash.
because
grab.
it's Vigo for a whole new generation.
Hmm.
Because the demographics for this last
Well,
movie
they get a new Janosch.
hit all over the place. Yeah, you got to have the original Janosch Poha, and I'm not
Why
sure
am I
that.
covered in Zagul?
Yes, I'm not sure that he still exists. I mean, he may be dead. My bad. Which means he
I
would no
don't
longer
think he
exist.
is dead.
I thought Peter McNichol. Someone look it up. I don't.
He's
remember
been in
if he's-
other things like recently.
All right. Fallout London, the DLC for Fallout 4 is coming out next year. It is so good that Bethesda has just hired the second person from the crew who's putting this together. They just put out a trailer for it. Big Ben's on it. That Ferris wheel that's in wherever it is
London.
in it. Yeah, it's a part of London near where's it near, man? Because
Manchester.
anyway.
Manchester.
All right. I want to thank everybody for being on the show, for participating on the Facebook and YouTube page, for being on the text line. Even you who said you might turn away, but you were still there because we could tell. We know you're still there.
We feel you.
We sensed your presence. I thank Matthew for coming on for the very first time.
It was a fun time. Thanks for having me.
Guys, what do you think? Was it?
Oh, I
was
love
he all right?
it. I
Was
love
it
it.
good.
Yeah,
It was
man.
good, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perhaps I'll grace you with my presence again.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Cool. That is so cool. All right. We are 2 weeks away from playing Radio D&D. We're going to have the entire crew on the 16th, and someone's facing a Nerf wall. Everybody have a happy and safe 4th of July, and we will see you and talk to you on the radio next week. Bye.
Trey put on something hilarious. Vigo and NFTs equals money.
That is true. That is true.
I, Vigo the Carpathian, shall take over.
All
the
right.
world through
Let
NFTs.
us say goodbye to Facebook. Owen, say goodbye to Facebook.
Goodbye, Facebook.
Tim, say goodbye to Facebook.
Goodbye, Facebook.
All right. Cameron, since we didn't say goodbye to YouTube and Twitch, you say goodbye to YouTube and Twitch.
Bye, YouTube and Twitch.
Matthew can say goodbye from in here. Get on someone's camera and just wave or something. There he is back there. Yeah, like they can see you behind my big old head. All right. See you guys.